Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Tuesday. And so today for our card, we're going to make a Christmas card, right? Since, all my cards probably until Christmas will be Christmas cards because I have so much Christmas product and I'm like excited to make all these cards. I'm going to be using a couple stamp sets today. One's called Cottage Wreaths and one's Vintage Christmas. Cottage Wreaths is the one that has the country wreaths coordinating dies. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting out the wreath. And then Vintage Christmas is the one that has the coordinating punch. So interestingly enough, this is in the mini catalog, right? And then the punch is in the annual catalog. Okay, so the vintage bottle actually was designed to coordinate with the stamp set Bottled Happiness. And then when the mini catalog came out, they luckily gave us a Christmas set that also coordinated with that bottle punch. So we're going to be using that today. I'm also going to be using some designer series paper from the mini catalog that I have not used in the past. I don't think in a video. It's on page 41. It's called Metallic and Shimmer. And so this paper is foil embossed. Okay, so there's 3 different colors. And today we're going to be using the Evening Evergreen embossed with the gold. But I'm going to show you the other 2 that are in the package also. So let's get started. I'm going to have my cut and emboss here by me. So we're going to do some of that. We're going to use some rhinestones. We're going to use some ribbon. Yeah, we're going to make a wild card. So let's get started. It's not a wild card. I'm just saying. Okay, so my cardstock base is going to be white. So I'm going to fold this in half. This is 5.5 by 8.5. And then let me show you this paper. So the black, there's 3 colors. There's black, Evening Evergreen and gold. And there's black and silver. So this one, I think I'm going to make a wedding card for my, actually I have a wedding coming up in December. Make her wedding card with this. And then we have the Cajun Craze and Pumpkin Pie. So this one looks more Halloween, Thanksgiving-ish to me, but, you know, it's not limited to that. So these 2 are really embossed. I guess they're all foil. I guess that's foil. But this one is my favorite. So this is the one I'm going to use today. So I'm going to trim this down to fit on my cardstock base. I'm going to make it 4 by 5.25. So I'm not going to cut off that beautiful foil. I'm going to cut off the top. Make it fit on my card. Okay, so you have these extra little pieces, right? I don't know. Are you a fan of 6x6 cardstock designer series paper? I like it. Sometimes I feel like these pieces, I have to really think what I'm going to do with these extra pieces. And sometimes they work well for making like putting 3 together. 3 different ones and making a card, a different kind of a card design on the front. I don't know. Okay, so I think I'm going to put it on my card this way. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to my card. Okay, so with your Stampin' Seal and Stampin' Seal Plus, don't get rid of this little piece because this comes with the case and does not come with the refill. So one time I think I threw one away early on thinking that it was with the refill. So I don't have, and you want to cover this because you don't want, right, you don't want that to get exposed to, as I'm talking, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. You don't want that to stick to other things like my card just did. Okay, so there's my cardstock base. Now I am going to stamp the wreath. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this wreath. And I'm not, this is kind of the grapevine that you can lay over it, but I'm not going to stamp that with this card. I'm just going to stamp the wreath and then add some extra greenery. So I've talked about this before. I took a Sharpie marker and I put a little speck on there so that it's easy to line up when I cut it out. And you'll see what I mean here in a minute. So I'm going to use my soft succulent. Do I want to use soft succulent? Or do I want to use Evening Evergreen? I'm going to use soft succulent. I hope I don't regret that. Okay, so I see my little speck right there. Okay, oh, I love that wreath so much. I like how it stamps light and dark for me. It does the work. Okay, so now in the stamp set, we have this little greenery right here, right, like kind of fern. And I'm going to stamp that a few times around to make this wreath fuller. I'm going to stamp that a few times in Evening Evergreen. Okay, I'm just going to stamp it around, overlapping a few. So cute. Let's go for it. Make it really, really full. Okay, that looks good. Now I want to cut that out, and I'm going to use the dies, Country Wreaths. I'm going to use this die, and it has the speck on it too. Okay, so I think I had it this way. Yeah. So I want to line that up. See how easy that is to line up, because I know the way I stamped it, and then I know the way the die will line up easily. So I'm going to run this through my cut and emboss that I have right here by me. So I had somebody ask me the other day about the magnetic plate. Okay, so you do know that the magnetic plate is discontinued. They could not get it perfected. And so Stampin' Up! Discontinued it and refunded people's money. Person asking was, she wanted to get the mini one, and they never actually, they released the mini. They were actually, I think, concerned to see if it was going to work, and it didn't. So they never released the mini. Okay, so, all right, so I am going to, now do I want to pop that up? No, I don't think I'm going to pop that up. I think I'm just going to glue that straight down. Okay, so the other stamp set that I'm going to use is that Vintage Christmas. And I'm going to stamp that bottle in Real Red. And then I will punch it out with the Vintage Bottle Punch. Okay, and then I want to have some greenery coming out of the top, and I think this greenery right here, I'm going to stamp a couple of those. And I'm going to stamp that in Evening Evergreen. Now there's no die or punch for this. So, that being said, I will have to fussy cut these. That's okay. I don't mind fussy cutting. Okay. And then the sentiment I'm going to use is Making Spirits Bright. Okay, so I am going to stamp this on my little piece of cardstock in Real Red. Making Spirits Bright. Ooh, I don't think that's laid on there straight. It looks crooked to me. Now it's straight. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's get to work. Punch out my bottle first. So if you don't have the Vintage Bottle Punch, you can fussy cut. You know, I mean, don't have to have the punch, just fussy cut it. Okay, and then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. I'm going to use one small one on this neck of the bottle. Okay, so I have that ready. And put some dimensionals on the back of my, let's see, I think I'm going to go this way. And just put a couple little dimensionals on here. Which way did I go with that? Yeah. Okay, good. I think I have all that done now. And what else do I need to do? Oh, I need a fussy cut. So I'm going to fussy cut these real quick. I don't mind fussy cutting at all, especially simple ones like this. I certainly like dies, right? They make our life so much easier, but there aren't dies for everything, so the more you practice fussy cutting, the better you'll get at it. Just saying. Don't be afraid of it, just give it a whirl. I move the paper instead of the scissors. Easier for me. Okay. Done. I'm going to pop those up also with a couple little dimensionals. Okay. All right. Ready to assemble. So I have my card. Put some adhesive on the back. Put a lot of adhesive because that foil has a tendency to resist the glue. So I kind of want to make sure that it sticks. Okay, now I'm going to put my bottle on so I can find placement right on this. Okay, then I'm going to add these. Coming out of the bottle, I'm going to add these little greenery sprigs with the berries. And I also have these little leaves. These are gold holly leaves. There's 2 sizes in here, and these were from these were actually carried over. They were from the old mini catalog, and they brought them back this year. And I find that glue dots are the best route to hold these on. So there's a right way and a wrong way. So the right way has, actually has some, you can tell, has some veining. Look at that. I think that might be good. I don't think it needs, well, we might add another one. Okay, so next I'm going to add my sentiment. Put a little adhesive right here. This is already popped up, right? So I don't want to overdo that. Making spirits bright. Okay, now I have this ribbon. So this is that ruffled ribbon. I haven't used it much, so I think I'm going to make a little, just to bring another red element in. So this is real red. And I'm going to tie it in a knot, kind of like that, instead of a bow. Just going to do a knot. And another glue dot. Yes, so cute. Okay, and then these little berries need something. And what they need is some rhinestones. So I have these little red rhinestones. So these are all one size, red rhinestones, basic jewels, and you get 220 in the pack. So ample, there's plenty. And I'm going to put those on the berries. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Your take your pick tool is perfect for these. They actually, I use the putty end and it actually just scoots off and you get the glue with it, because there's nothing worse than pulling it off with your finger and then you left the glue behind. It's kind of a little frustrating. Okay, just so you know, I have extras. Okay, there's my card. I'm all finished. I hope you enjoyed it. I love, love, love this wreath. It's such a great starting point. Okay, so hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on Friday. Thanks for watching. Bye.